Okay, once again, constructive journalism, what's the idea behind?
Constructive elements in journalism seeks to better portray the world. In conventional journalism, we focus much on what's wrong and what's going bad and where flaws are, which serves a function in journalism. I understand that, and we should still do that. But it means that we don't portray the world accurately. So adding where things are advancing, where progress is made, where solutions are found, is just adding a more comprehensive portrayal and more trustworthy portrayal of the world.
Why is it, in your opinion, crucial that journalists change their mindset or their style of the work, the form of the questions they ask?
Because we shape people's reality in the way we report on the world. We shape how people perceive world events, and if we only generate hopelessness, we have a very strong role and responsibility in where things are going. And I don't think it's the role of journalism to see polarization happening, radicalization growing, mistrust in citizenship growing. I think we should be aware of how we influence the thinking and society's functions, and then add what's missing, namely where things are progressing, where solutions can be found, and also how to progress in society.
Here at the TEDx, you spoke short about companies which already use the constructive journalism. What is their feeling about it, and how do the listeners and the readers react?
Yeah, so it's a mixed picture. Depends on who you ask. But this is what I hear. First of all, it serves the function that these media companies feel that they're more public service media, that they portray the world accurately and they strengthen the ties to the citizenship and the region that they serve if they have this kind of more engaged communication, draw the people in terms of how can we handle issues in our region and so forth. So they also do it because it's a good business model. They report that they get stronger collaboration, more connection with the citizens than before. So it's a mix of different outcomes.
Every journalist learns you have to cover what happens. That's your job. And especially here in Dresden, Saxony and Germany, there were much critics in the last months and years about the refugee crisis and the so-called Lügenpresse, the lying press,
Okay.
the TV stations showing people clapping when refugees arrive, and maybe more and more refugees will come. So there's many and loud critics from the far right side in Germany that journalists make a bad job when they show these pictures and say refugees are welcome.
Yeah, well, great question, and I don't think I can answer short on that. But what you're telling me is, you could say, a positive, overly positive portrayal of something where the press is not touching on what are the downsides when we have refugees coming to our countries. And of course, that's again part of what should be a more accurate portrayal of something. We shouldn't only highlight the positives there. We should also take seriously that some citizens are concerned. Because if we don't touch on that, they will distance themselves from the media and say we're Lügenpresse. So it also goes in the other direction, if you understand what I'm saying. So more comprehensive portrayal of both negatives and what you could say positives.
Cathrine, thank you very much.
You're welcome.